Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to Good Vibrations. I am Beat Me Up Sanji. Um, Today we're going to be talking about the number four and um, stepping out of my comfort zone. All right, let's review. Well, before I review, no, we're gonna review first. We're gonna jump right on into this. But before I start, let me go ahead and remind you this is a happy place. Um, these are only suggestions because these are things that I have researched for myself, and I hope that you guys do the same. I'm just giving you some surface insight because I want everybody to be happy, basically. I want everybody to have a good vibration. Um, um, the basic thing here is that I'm going to be discussing numbers and spirituality. That's just the bare bones of it. Numbers and spirituality. There's nothing that exists in this world that doesn't have a number associated with it. That being said, let's go ahead and review. Number one, the meaning, if you want to call it that, your interpretation, your intention with number one is to intend to have unity, harmony, to remind yourself of new beginnings coming up. All right. Number two is your reminder of, or your intentional reminder. Let's call it that. An intentional reminder is your reminder to have balance in your life. We all need balance. That's why we have two ears. That's why we have two arms. That's that balance. All right. Um, and also in the video where I discussed balance, I talked about being in tune with your mind, body, and spirit. Um, and we talked about chakras. All right. So yesterday we talked about manifestation, chasing your dreams. I'm a dream chaser. But my biggest problem has always been the manifestation part. Um, I'm gonna just keep it real. I was told. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I was told because remember I said something about translucency, not transparency. But I'm going to give you guys a scenario about number three and then move on to number four. All right, Sanji Jones, my alter ego, because I'm a Gemini. So basically, this one hard. This one hard to share, y'all. I have a problem with manifesting things manifesting in my life. I run. I run from things. A lot of you may notice this in like your intimate relationships. Like, it's not getting too hard, so I did. All right, whatever. That ain't what I'm talking about. I completed high school. I got a degree. I then went on with a scholarship to college. With a scholarship, not just one. I had a fine arts scholarship and I had an academic merit scholarship. I went to college. I had fun. Um, After that 1 year, I was out of my comfort zone. And I was running from my dreams of becoming a social studies teacher. And I dropped out. I went back home. So that's the first time it happened. All right. I went back home. I enrolled in a community college. All right. Did that for a while, worked at a daycare, realized, hey, this is me. I need to teach. I ain't do the wrong thing. I'm doing the right thing. All right. Then I let life just start doing what it does. I started living. So then I spent 2 years at that community college. 2 years, y'all. 2 years. So what does that tell you? I was almost done. I quit. All right. I started running again. So that's two. That's the second time. Then I had this brilliant idea. All right. Shit just getting real around here. I ain't got time for Georgia no more. I need to move back to North Carolina. I need to slow myself down. All right. So I moved to North Carolina. Got pregnant. 2 months after being here. Best thing that ever happened to me. But I moved to North Carolina, and my dreams were once again deferred. Right. So then I started working at a daycare, and I was like, let me try this community college route again. All right. I did it to get my credentials or whatever you're supposed to get the right money at work, but I ain't finished. That's college number 3. Now Sanji walking around with 100 something college credits. No lie. Life happened. Life really happened. There was a failed marriage. Another child came. Moving and just a whole bunch. So when I thought my life was stable again, guess what? I re-enrolled in college again. Let me tell you about this re-enrollment. It was interesting. When I began the re-enrollment process, I had only one child. One child, one husband. That's all I had. First day of class, I had to introduce myself, and a few hours prior, I had just come back from the doctor. And I'm introducing myself in class, and I'm like, yeah, my name is Sanji. And the one interesting thing about me is I just found out I'm pregnant. I was not sad by any means. That was a very planned pregnancy, but not planned. It just wasn't a thought out plan, but it's all good. Like, I love what happened in my life. Don't take any of this wrong. All right, so that was my 4th college. All right, now here we are today. We're talking about the number 4. So, fun fact about the number 4, because I am an educator and I like little fun facts when I get to research and stuff. The number 4 is the only number. I'm going to make sure I say this right. It is the only number that has its numerical value in letters. Interesting, right? That was cool. The number 4 represents, oh, no, hold on. Let's go back to 3. No, I don't even want to go back to 3. We'll talk about it at the end. So the number 4 represents stability. It represents trust, wisdom. The number 4, it represents being. Being, okay? Whereas when we were discussing the number 3 is your is. All right? So my is was Sanji is running from everything. Like, that's your is, all right? Now, let's think about the number 3 before I go on to number 4 again. You know how your grandma and them be like, oh, bad things come in 3s. This come in 3s. If you see this in 3s, something gonna happen. I kind of honestly believed it because when I was pregnant with Jacob at the elementary school that I was at, I started a trend, and 2 others got pregnant with me. It was 3 swollen bellies, during bus duty in the evening. So it was that was funny, and I always repeat that. Like, that's one thing that sticks with me that I really believe in, the power of 3s. But think about it like this too, if you're a different believer. The sky, no, not the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, okay? Air, wind, water, land. Can't use that. But if you take the air out, water, land, and air. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I went Captain Planet. I'm so sorry. Um, all right. I should not be having this much fun out here by myself. But anyway, so another tripod, trifecta, if you want to call it. Another three, you have, the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. We just talked about that. And then the moon, the sun, and the stars. That's three. All right. So that's my little seed that I'm planting for you guys on the number three. Now back to four. Here we are. Four. Another thought that I have for four is family, a solid foundation. Because if you look at the typical family, you have a mother, a father, a son, a daughter. That's typical, okay? Now, I know some families are built differently. I know mine is. You know what I'm saying? But that's typical. You also have 4 seasons: summer, winter, spring, fall, okay? Completion. That's our complete being, all right? So, number 4 brings a lot up with me because it really represents me stepping out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone has always been as a supporter. All right. I am a natural leader, but I'm a natural supporter. All right. I support anyone. I will give an encouraging word to anyone. All right. And I'm going to continue being that way. Like, regardless of what I get in return, I'm going to always continue being who I am to me. And it's your job to do the same. All right, so that's the intention for having a number 4. I also interpret a number 4 as me making sure that I strengthen the foundation for my kids. All right. However, in order for me to have strengthened my kids' foundation, I had to strengthen mine. And that's kind of hard to do. All right? Let me share a little bit more of who Sanji is so you can figure out who you are. Be true to you, because I've really been having to be true to myself lately in order to embark on this journey, stepping out of my comfort zone, being in the forefront. Like, hey, look at me, listen to what I have to say. My words are valid. Regardless of who's hearing it, they're valid. And I need it to be heard. So this is out of my comfort zone. All right? So, in order to fix my foundation, it was very hard. When I was 8 years old, my mother passed away. I'm 39, so I've gone a long time, without her physically. I moved to Georgia to live with my aunt because I just didn't want to be in North Carolina anymore. I didn't want to have these memories, all right? I lived in Georgia, but if you notice, before I even say any of that, I didn't say anything about my father, okay? I don't know, and I tell him this now that our relationship is stronger. Like, I don't know the reason that I was already apart from him before my mom had passed. Let me go there. I don't know the reason. I don't care to know. That portion of my life is not imperative to my foundation. My foundation needed to be repaired where it got weakened at 8. It took 31 years of healing, but it happened. All right. It took me let me be honest. There was communication with my father. There was communication throughout those years. No, it wasn't as often or consistent as I would have liked. Yes, there were birthdays that were missed. Yes, there was, we just talked about that, a graduation that was missed. There was a birth that was missed. I can remember it saying to my brothers at one point, man, he don't even know I got Julian, because all he knew was Jacob. Um, I can like he didn't know I had got married. He didn't know what went on. He didn't know that I was no longer with him. Like there were so many unknowns that he didn't know, and every time he would try and reconnect with me within, like, let's talk about the past 3 years. Every time he would try and reconnect with me, I was just so salty and ugly and just like, ugh, because I felt the need. I felt like there was gonna be a need for me to catch him up. Don't ever, and this is just homegirl to y'all, don't ever let that be your hang up. Um, because things then begin to manifest in your children. My opinion, my opinion, my opinion. Um, but yeah, so I now, I have a better relationship with my daddy, long story short, because I really could sit out here with y'all all day and talk about this one. Because I don't mind being transparent in reference to that, because there are so many families that are broken, and we feel like we can't heal them because there's so much. It's just so much. It's so much. It's so much. But at what point will you decide that that so much don't even matter? It don't matter. Does that matter to your foundation? If that part of you, since that part is all fucked up and over to the side, is that gonna make your house fall down? Did you not get over it? Because you here. So if you here already, you're happy or whatever you want to call it, how can you be here, be present, be happy, but you still have hangups? So you ain't being true to yourself. So all that being said, all that being said, um, the number 4 is a very powerful number. Um, as Tim told me, um, it's a life number. And life is a very powerful word. And if you really want to break it down, like I said, you can associate anything with numbers. Life. Life. How many letters are in the word life? So get your foundation right. We'll be good. All right, y'all ready for the plug though? Cause we really about these beads. I mean, I'm really about everybody balancing out, getting what I get. But you need an intention for what you're doing. What is your intention? What you got going on? Why are you wearing these beads, Sanji? What is the intention? All right. So if you noticed today, if you've been following me, the Cerebral Intentions line came out today. All right. The first volume of Cerebral Intentions, volume 1, dealing with the number 1, which, if you do not remember, means unity and new beginnings, harmony, peace, new beginnings. All right. So volume 1 came out today. I posted pictures. You can see them here. You can also see them if you click on. If you have an Instagram, you can either do Beat Me Up Sanji on Instagram, because that's kind of easy to remember. But guess what's easy to remember too? Good Vibrations Beating. How hard is that? How hard is that? Good Vibrations beating, beating, beating. Good Vibrations and then beating. How hard is that? But whatever. So back to the plug. All right. So this ain't the first time I wore my little dragonfly. This is my favorite necklace, like I said. And hold on, let me tell y'all something about this plant. So as you noticed today, the intention was, you have intentions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have your intentions in volume one, and you have A through H. All right. A through D, if you want to look at it that way, it's more for women. All right, because I showed them in a shorter length. Okay. However, guys, you can rock it too, because if you that kind of dude, you that kind of dude, and you can do it. All right. So, and then you have um, letters E through H, which is more geared towards men. All right. I was looking through my things today, and I have a whole bunch of ladies following me. But I need the guys to know it's cool. It's cool. We ain't talking about all girl stuff. Like, it's cool. Get with it. Um. So back to my necklace. So yesterday I showed y'all the copper beads with number 3. But beside the copper beads are some silver beads. There are 4 of them. That is my reminder to keep myself grounded, keep my solid foundation. It reminds me that I am following my path. All right, I have manifested my dreams, and I am now following my path. All right, I'm not worried about what tomorrow holds. I'm just worried about what I got to get off of me now. All right. Hopefully, this turns into the movement that I envision it to be. But guess what? Like I said before, if it's not, I'm doing my part. Like, I'm pushing happiness on somebody. So check me out. There are no prices out yet. Um, they'll be out before I close my eyes. I've really been fighting a headache and among other things today. But 5 minutes before I came out here, I was clear, so I'm good. So that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this evening. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow about the number 5. Bye.